Welcome back to the messy workbench, and this is the second part of building the device, the GPS interface for the Kenwood TM-D700. And last time we were looking at the power supply, the step-down converter that we're going to use, and we need to hook that up. So right now I'm using power poles in the car on the radio, and I need to splice in there. So the plan is to use power poles, and basically two sets of power poles if we could grab them. So we want one set on one side, the other set on the other side right here. So that's the plan. So we bring the power in here, and the power for the radio goes out. And for our little box, maybe this one, I'm not totally sure yet, I'm using a short piece of wire that goes into the box, and that splits off right here on the connector. So how I'm planning on doing this is, you already saw me starting a little bit on that. On one side I put this wire along with the thick wire under the Anderson power pole, and I need to do that on the negative terminal as well. On the other side I'm gonna go with just straight the crimp on, and then the plan is to have these just with the metal wire in between them connected, and then shrink wrap that and see if that works. I've never done that, but that would be the plan. So I have a nice little splice on to seeing how this works. So let me mount the camera here so I have two hands free for the work. So that is the angle that you're gonna get. So I did crimp the first one on, and the wire is really sturdy on there. And crimp connections are probably preferred in a car situation where everything is wiggling. So I'm really happy about this crimp. The connectors that I'm using right here, this is, I forgot, is it 14 gauge wire or so? Solid. If we look here, yeah, I would say it's 14 gauge, definitely not 12 gauge. Yeah, I would say 14 gauge. Just a regular house wire. I got that out on some line. On the connectors on this side, I used the 15 amp. On that side, I used the 30 amp, just so I have a little bit more room for the wire to go in. So let's go ahead and do this. So I'm grabbing the wire. I'm sticking the wire in first because, well, both of them are wires, but the stranded wires, because otherwise the strands go everywhere. Then I go ahead and shove in the solid copper wire right next to it. Move that all the way up to the end where it blobs on there. Okay, so now both things are all the way to the end. And then we put on, then we go grab the crimp tool. You want to line them about the same direction here, like this. Okay, so open up the crimpy and shove all that stuff in here. Make sure it's still all shoved in far enough, and then do a good crimp. This is a little bit harder since that's a solid wire there, and I crimp, and I probably, yeah, good enough. So let's see. That looks good. It's solidly in there. Yeah, I like that. So we have these two connectors, so we can put the housing right here. Now let's go over and do the 15 amps connectors. Trying to think here. If I shove that on there, Just trying to think here how far I have to go out. I think it comes out fairly far. Actually, it comes out this way, right? There it hooks onto that side. So probably cut it off right here. So if I turn that around, I would cut off there. Thing is, right now I can move that away. If I put two of them on there, then these wires are stiff and I can't move the other wire out of the way. So let's go ahead and get in trouble. So let me grab the ones that I actually want to use, these ones here. Just, I know those ones are original ones. I don't know if the other ones are original or not. They look original enough. Anyway, right now I want to have my life as simple as possible. So again, this goes in that far. So let's cut the wire right where this front edge is. So we put one here and the other one here. So that's where the front edge is, and we need a tiny bit for the cable to come through. So it would be somewhere around right here. Measure once, cut twice, right? Let's see how bad that went. So we have one here, one there. We have more than a good enough gap on there. I think I do want to cut that down a bit more. So I want it probably around there. Okay, that's cut. Let's take the other one and cut that too. Yeah. There. That would be about here. There. Okay. The truth is coming here, closer and closer. So I actually forgot to check on something. Left or right? Which side goes black? Ooh, wow. Okay, I ran away and got one of my trusty cables. So it would be, ooh man, am I lucky or what? So on the connectors are on this side, so it goes in like this, and black is on that side. So that was lucky. So I don't have to twist anything. That is good. So on the other side though, we need to pay attention now. We have one already out. We grab the other one. So that needs to be exactly the opposite way. This way, because right here it will be like this, and right there it will be like that, because we can rotate that around. So it needs to be my outside of the thing. Okay, again, so on this side we are right like this. On the other side we flip that upside down and go in like this. So while this tongue is on the top here, it has to be on the bottom there. So theoretically the crimp should be easier. We don't have the extra wire in here. So let's prep the tool, shove this thing in, and so that's in. Just rest it on the back side. You can't see anything. Does it really matter? There. It's not that interesting. I'm just making it so the tongue is on the upper side, this is on the lower side, and go. So now here we have it. Lower side on the upper side. And now comes the other one. If that works, it's working actually pretty easy. The hard part is going to be putting in the plastic casing, because this really has to be exact, kind of. And for some reason, this one is shorter. Ugh. What the? Shoot. This is like, not so good. So we shove that in here. All the way. Now I need to take it out, I think, a little bit. No. Oh, that did not work. Release, release. Okay, we need to do some fitching here. That is just too much. All right, let's do this here. So let's align these two, align these two, grab a marker and make you a mark. So that's how far. If that disappears, then we're too far in. Okay. Not great, not great. I would have done the short one first. Life would have been much easier, I tell you guys. Okay, so this needs to go up. I'm pulling it out till I see the black line. This is harder than you think. And off. Okay, abandon again. So we have a problem here. And that is, I cannot see the black line once this thing is in there. So I need to make another black line. I pull that guy out to where the black line was. And then I need to make a black line right here. Okay, now I can close it. I see where the black line is. And we just press it and say, hopefully it worked. Okay, so now we have this aligned and still slightly short. We'll find out whether it's worked or not, guys. So again, red and black. So these two sides, let's slip them together right there. So that should go in like this. Let's do this side first. That way we don't have to worry about these wires anymore. Theoretically it should work easily in. But all of them, I always have problems pushing that stuff in. There we go. And on the floor. Okay, let's grab this one. So I'm just taking here a screwdriver to help shove it in on the crimp part. Slightly, not all the way in yet. Should hear clicks. There, both of them are in. So far, so good. It might work. Who knows? Let's see. So again, these two together. Then upside down. Bloop. What am I doing wrong here? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's the right way. Because that's a tongue, yeah. So I'm putting him on the table again, so I can help push him a little bit, maybe. Black one wants to go. Yeah, both of them are going, and they're in. Ah, what do you think of this here? Not too shabby, actually. Not too shabby. Kind of like how that comes out in the middle. Very, very interesting. Not 100% straight, but I think that's because one is longer than the other one. But should be able to use you right here. So we should be able to plug that in perfectly. Yeah, that worked perfect. And plug this guy in. Perfect. It turned out fairly good. So let me look around on shrink tubing and stuff. We want to protect that a little bit. Something in between would be good too. Maybe some tape or whatnot. I don't know. I'm gonna look around and come right back. Okay, first thing that I'm gonna do is I have this stuff here. That's the rubber thing that you put around your connectors that protect the connectors outside, and then later on you go around with the electrical tape on it. So that's, I forgot what it's called, 600 volt max. No, that's not the name. It's from 3M. Don't know what the name is. It's basically rubber. So we're gonna cut that in half. Because we need a thinner piece, and then we take that and just wrap it around these here, one side and the other side, just to kind of give them a little bit of protection from each other. So that's a lot of threading. I don't think I'm gonna wrap that too many rounds here. It's probably just gonna be one or two rounds I can manage to get that through, I need some tweezers. Let's see in this messy thing here if we can find a tweezer here. I think we have one. Oh, this one. Didn't like those ones. I thought I had better ones. But it is what it is. We'll take these ones. They have a really fine head. And somewhat slippery. Very slippery. Too slippery. Not happening. Yeah. There we go. Need to twist it. So now I'm pulling it up again. That's the problem on this. Yeah, I did. See what I did there? It just came out again. That is kind of the problem of this. Try this once more. So this time I left a longer piece there, so I wouldn't pull it all the way through, and just gonna pull that up and probably call it good on this part. Let's go ahead and try the other side here first. So go through here. Are we going through here? Maybe. I need some tweezers with teeth. Now it's stuck here. Okay, there we go. It's folded over. And let's just pull it out more. Okay. So should I go this way? Or should I go the other way? I'm not sure. This side isn't working quite as nicely as the other side. Yeah, do it this way. Shove it through here. Grab it here. And pull. And it came out. That's not what we wanted. Do the same thing again. It's kind of galvanized together now. See if that helps us. It's kind of what we wanted, for the rubber to fuse together. And right now I have a rubber mess. I'm not sure what I'm pulling on. Okay, I got something here. Let's pull that through. Yeah, looks pretty good. There's, yeah, you're not gonna get it perfect. You see a little bit of copper right there, but whatever. So let's move that up. So we could just wrap that kind of around like this. Cut that off. Wrap this down to here. There. So that looks pretty good. Now I would like to have a shrink tube across there, so we can shrink that up. So I have not found a shrink tube yet. Let me look. Found this black one. That is too small. That would have been cool from color-wise. This bright-ass yellow one kind of fits there, but it doesn't go further than that. So it's also too small. And what I have here now is a clear one. Really didn't want to expose the internals, but it is what it is. I have that. So we go with it. We have to do it two ways. We can't run the wire right out this way because that would be in the way of the plugins. We need to get that out here. So I'm thinking of taking the shrink tubing, run it up to here, and then run this shrink tubing over here and have that a little bit folded back. So that is my plan right now. So on the shrink tubing length, we probably don't need to go further than these two round thingies, the indentation there. So that's what we're gonna do here. So let's put that right here, up to that, mark it. Okay. Big question is, does shrink tubing shorten in the length too or not? We'll find out one way or another. So let's do a nice straight cut if possible. There we go. And see if that was the right length or if we messed up again. How did that happen? We messed up. That is definitely too short. Gah! Man! How did that happen? So let's do this way. So we put that down, go about here, make the mark there, and that's now more, right? Yeah, quite a bit more. And let's hope that this is the right length this time. Don't want to waste all that material here. There. So now we can shove it in and see what's gonna happen. Shovey, shovey. Yeah, that's good. Too long. I'm gonna cut it off later. Or I could like cut a little sliver in there so I could push it in further. Would that be good? I don't know. You tell me. Something like that. Let's get the heat gun out and see what's gonna happen. I'm not sure if I can reach that far here. Yeah, let's move everything over here. Here's the heat gun. So let's do it in the air. Yeah, I have to heat it up, right? Preheating the heat gun. That's what we're doing right now. I don't know. So let's hope this guy is shrinking up enough. And I'm not burning my fingers! That was slightly warm. Can I say that? That was slightly warm. What temperature do we have it at? 200. I don't know if you need it that hot. Sawdust parts come out. Maybe go that hot, huh? I have it so far away because it's slightly hot. Let's turn it down. 150 maybe? Did you count? Okay. So far that connector looks good. Let's see. kind of slipping up forward now. Back here. Ouch! Hot. I say it was hot. I guess my problem is I'm getting closer now. Oh, it's splitting. It split. Okay, the moral of the story is do not cut in a split on that, because it just crap. Wait, let me cut another one and then we continue on here. Okay, we got a new one that we're gonna put on there, and we're not gonna make a split this time. Should I cut that down slightly? Yeah, let's just try it out. So I'm gonna plug this in so I have a little bit more to hold. Let's grab that finger burner. Come on, come here. Okay, and off we go. So it's definitely nicely curling up here. Let's go with this side. Oh, we get lopsided here. This side comes out a little bit more than the other one. So I have to trim there a little bit by hand, but it looks good. So right now, right here you see it coming out a little bit too far. So I have to cut that off later. Right now it's like really hot, and let that cool down first and do the other side. So let me go ahead and measure that guy out. If you want to come along, you can. Right here. Shove you out of the way. Throw that across the room. And so the goal here is, I don't know what the goal is. We're gonna go just kind of this length. Makes you wonder if you should put there a zip tie around just for a strain relief or not. Let me grab a zip tie and just do that. Okay, what size and color do you want? So the monster one, that would actually work pretty decent. Any reason to go a smaller size down? Besides it's black, I kind of like the wider band. One problem is we have that blob on the side. I can put that right there. Tighten this whole thing. Something like that. Okay, we might not want to press that too far down. Had to come that blob side, huh? Oh well. I'm not totally sure that that actually gives anything. second thought, I don't think that gives any strength on reduction on the wire pulling. That just proves it out. Yeah, I think that's silly. Did I cut this off already? No, I don't think so. So let's go ahead, mark this. Can overlap it decently, so we would go somewhere around here. Cut that off. Shove that on. All the way to here. And then shrink that down. Let's go over to the finger burner and go grab, finger burner. Didn't I have some smart way of extending that? Where did I put that? Right here. There. And here we have the finger burner. Need to move it out slightly. Just need to move it out on the top. Oh, that's why. Okay. Let's go ahead and shrink out that. Yeah, if it does that, you don't really know what the heck is going on. Okay, let's put that away. So right here is the connector. Yeah, it is what it is on this side. It's gonna be like that, whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna cut this down a little bit. That side turned out okay. Seems like I could put a little bit more heat on that, huh? I think so. Put a little bit more heat on that. My fingers aren't burned enough, that's what I'm saying. So what do you guys think? Is that a good way to make a connector? Or is it just stupid? So I'm just gonna grab this sharp utility knife here and see if I can cut myself while I cut this here away. So just right around here, coming around, no cutty on the wire, coming around here. I'm not sure, did we cut it all the way through now? Doesn't seem like it. make this thing totally dull, or is that really hard to cut? Let's see. Is it actually any sharper? I'm not sure. Okay, it's harder than you think to cut that stuff. Ooh. So the moral of the story is, cut it right in the first place. Who else is thinking of bloody fingers here? Okay, we're making some progress. Oh yeah. I think that is pretty decent. Let's go try it out. Right here's a plug. So if you need to black and black, perfect. And black and black, perfect. So I think this is our power cord solution. And on the box I might use something like that as a strain relief. Don't need to have it very long. Some wires inside of it. And that will be for another time though. For tonight, we're gonna be done. So see you next time when we continue our project on building the Kenwood TM-D700 GPS receiver. Bye bye.